All right, welcome back to the Here's the Deal channel. This is Brian Young reporting to you in the dark of night somewhere in California. This comes to us from AL.com. I don't know if you remember AL.com, but they are the ones who reported and broke the story on Brookside, Alabama, who was caught in that policing for profit scheme. I think the population of Brookside was something like 1,300, and they had raked in $640,000 in 1 year. It was like 35 or 45% of the population that lived there had already received 1 to 4 traffic tickets. They had this MRAP military style vehicle out there, and they were just giving themselves all kinds of money from their policing for profit scheme. But this is AL.com. And they report Alabama police officer who used stun gun on handcuffed black man should be charged. She shouldn't just be charged. This woman, this psycho, should be in prison. And I mean behind bars for a long, long time. I'm going to show you some of this. I'm not going to play all of it. I will leave the link in the description so you can see all of it. But I want to show you how she let the power go to her head. I'll tell you the reason why she let the power go over to her head and why I think she treated this guy like this. We're going to watch some of this. Watch this guy comply completely with her, and she still goes off on him.
Stand up. Right there on the front of the car. Stay still.
I ain't doing but I got gun right there. I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying we just saying, oh, yeah, for I'm not.
This is where she deploys her taser into the man's back. This looks like a bad TikTok video or something you would see on Saturday Night Live. It literally looks like it was all completely scripted. It's not, guys. This happened in Reform, Alabama. This is Reform Police Officer Dana Elmore. It should be Dana Elmore Fudd.
Say your prayers. I'm gonna blast you.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing
What happened here is this guy broke down on the side of the road. He had a flat tire. Him and his brother and another passenger were trying to fix this tire. She pulls over. Now they're going to lay some charges against him, but the reason I think they lay charges against him is to obscure the fact that, hey, the real victim involved here was not Dana Elmore, Officer Dana Elmore. It was this Micah Washington guy who was completely compliant. Says the attorney for an Alabama man who was hit with a stun gun while he was handcuffed and face down on the hood of an officer's police car said he expects that criminal charges against the officer will be pursued, and they should be pursued. They should never let this woman out of prison. Leroy Maxwell Jr., who represents 24-year-old Micah Washington, said Monday there are investigations ongoing by State Bureau of Investigation and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. You and I saw the same footage that the FBI and the SBI are going to look at, and they're going to take their time and drag their feet to come to a conclusion when anybody with a modicum of common sense saw exactly what happened. But there's more to the story. Once there's been a determination that excessive force was used, we fully trust District Attorney Andrew Hamlin and the Pickens County District Attorney's Office to present felony assault charges to a grand jury against Officer Dana Elmore. Why should any time be allowed to pass? It's important we treat all individuals equally before the law and maintain consistency in our legal proceedings. Well, what if it's equally unjust? What if it's consistently unfair? Isn't it better to treat all individuals with fairness and justice rather than equally before the law? We know most laws are unjust, unfair, cruel, and downright evil. So I would rather things be done in an objectively just way. At this time, the charges against Mr. Washington remain pending and will be handled in the same manner as all other criminal cases. Likewise, we will await the results of the SBI investigation, and it's going to take them years probably, into the officer's use of force during the arrest, and will proceed as the facts and evidence dictate. Our commitment to justice extends to all parties involved. I share the community's interest in transparency through this process. By the way, there wouldn't have been any transparency if Micah Washington's brother didn't hit the record button. As far as we know, Dana Elmore wasn't wearing a body cam, and as far as we know, there was no dash cam evidence of this incident. So the only way you and I know about this is because somebody bothered to get the phone out of their pocket and hit the record button. And that's why we always say, anytime you are involved in anything regarding any police department, always record. Make sure your phone's charged, make sure you got plenty of data, and make sure you record the police, because it could be basically your insurance policy. You've got a portable courtroom, a portable jury in your pocket. Maxwell said that Washington and 2 passengers were driving along County Road 27 in Pickens County on December 2nd when they stopped to change a flat tire. The location was not far from Washington's aunt's house. Elmore, a reformed police officer, she should have been a reformed police officer, stopped and demanded identification from Washington. Here we go. Washington asked why that was necessary and stated that he had done nothing wrong. And I listened to this man's testimony. That's exactly what he said. He said everything was cool until there was a slight bit of pushback going, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you asking for my ID?
She asked for our IDs. So me personally, I was like, if this not a traffic stop, so why you need an ID? But I still gave it to her, trying to be in compliance.
He ended up giving his ID because it says, sensing hostility from the moment Elmore arrived, Washington provided his identification and began recording the interactions for his safety. Elmore became instantly infuriated that she was being filmed and deployed her taser. Now, that's why, those are the 2 reasons I think Elmore went off, because she's a power drunk psychopath anyway. The 2 things that power drunk psychopaths hate is, number 1, questioning their authority, and number 2, getting out a video camera and recording their evil actions. Elmore then put the handcuffed Washington on the hood of her police car like we saw in the viral, gut-wrenching video, fortunately captured by Washington's younger brother. Elmore tased Washington in the back once again with no justification for doing so. Washington cried and begged and pleaded for Elmore to stop, and she's loving it, guys. When you see the video, I'm going to leave the link in the description. When you see the video, she loves the position that she has, and she loves the power that she wields. The video begins with Elmore ordering Washington to stand up after he was handcuffed in the roadway in Pickens County. She then tells him to lay down in the front of the vehicle, which he does, face down. The officer then holds a stun gun to Washington's back while she goes through his pockets. She tells him to stay still, at which point he says, I ain't doing S, bro. I got a gun right there. She retrieves the gun and laughs and says, oh yeah, like she got him on something.
Oh, yeah.
Incidentally, in Alabama, it's a constitutional carry state. You can carry it open, you can carry it concealed, as long as you're not a felon, according to their rules. He's not a felon. They're going to say he's a felon, and they're going to pin other charges on him to obstruct what actually happened. She then deploys the stun gun directly into Washington's back, telling him to shut the F up as he screams. Washington then begins to cry, repeatedly saying, oh my God. The officer then says, do you want it again? And it's like, how she says it is ridiculously hilarious.
You want it again?
And like I said, it looks like an SNL skit. Like, it's like she's a little kid throwing a fit in a adult body with a stupid clown suit on. Shut your BA up, says the officer. Now, in what other profession can you treat a fellow human being like this and get away with it? Imagine the medical profession, or just being a clerk at a checkout counter in a grocery store saying that to you. Nobody would tolerate it. But for some reason, if you got a badge, a uniform, a gun, the authority of the state, and all this rigmarole that goes on with the illusion of authority, hey, somehow it's, you get a pass for that. The attorney said Washington was handcuffed for the entirety of the incident, did not resist, and posed no danger to the officer. You can see all that in the video. He did everything right and was still the victim of cruel, hateful, excessive, and unlawful use of force. Washington here's what he was charged with: trafficking fentanyl, obstructing governmental operations. If you want to talk about police criminality, yeah, that's obstructing governmental operations, especially when you say, hey, why are you IDing me when I didn't commit a crime? Oh, don't ever say that to somebody on a psychopathic hairpin trigger. Resisting arrest, possession of marijuana, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. None of this was true. It says the charges of drug trafficking and gun possession charges have been dismissed. Who charged him with that? This cop, and it was backed by the department, so they were trying to obscure what was really happening here and who the victim really was. So the reason I think that she flipped her lid is, number 1, her authority was lightly questioned and she couldn't tolerate that. Number 2, she could have clearly been overpowered and she wanted to overcompensate by showing who was the boss. And number 3, as with most cops, I don't think she appreciated her criminality being recorded, because as far as I know, she didn't have a body cam on and the dash cams weren't rolling. And the last thing is, it's laughable that the SBI or the FBI would spend any amount of substantial time on this when it's clear to everybody who watched this video exactly what's going on. And the last thing I want to say is, I don't think Officer Dana Elmore woke up that morning and just all of a sudden became a psychopath. She is a psychopath and has been one for some time, and her criminal record should be investigated, because I bet there's more victims that lie in her wake than we can possibly imagine. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel, grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, find out what your rights are and walk in them. Those who desire to be ignorant and free desire what never was and what never shall be. I will see you in the next video.